So basically, we are going to look at the voice user interfaces and gesture-based interfaces. And I just want to welcome you all. And this talks about the modern human-computer interaction technologies. And we are going to explore two exciting interfaces types already mentioned, which is voice user interfaces, gesture-based interfaces. Joining us, you are the two people, which is Shamim and Dachi. Okay, so you are going to.
Thank you very much, Rashid. Thank you very much, Shamim. I feel really glad to be here, especially on this very good and interesting topic. Basically, I'll be dealing with the gesture-based interfaces. These gesture-based interfaces enable users to communicate with computers through physical movements, such as we can look at these physical movements as in hand gestures. You can gesture using your hand, and you are able to communicate. We also look at it also looks at finger motions. It's also looking at facial expressions, because these are forms of communication. When you are talking to somebody, for example, and he looks at you directly in your face, you can be able to know what is communicating. Also look at eye tracking, because the way you move your eyes, you can still know, you can still tell that somebody is communicating like this and this. For example, if I want to, I can use my eyes to show if I move them on the right, and I'm guessing I may be talking at somebody who is on my right, then I change my eyes to the right, so you can be able to know that I'm meaning that person. And also look at the body movements. Furthermore, sensors and cameras capture these actions and translate them into commands. So when they capture these expressions, they translate them into commands, and you are able to know what is required and what is the. You can look at examples like virtual reality systems, like motion controlled games, touchless kiosks, and medical surgery systems. So all these are under the gesture-based interfaces, and you are able to really communicate using the gestures. So briefly, that is what I can present.
And this is all about the interaction with technology through spoken commands. And these systems use speech recognition, natural language processing, and artificial intelligence to understand and respond to human speech. Examples could be Siri, Alexa, Google Assistant, smart home system, and voice-controlled vehicle navigation. So basically, let's look at on the side of ease of use of learning, how easy it is. For someone new to technology, which interface is easier to learn? Okay, Dachi, okay, maybe you can go on, you can explore that.
Yeah, when you look at the gesture-based interfaces, the gesture-based are basically intuitive, because naturally humans use gestures to portray or to give information, like pointing and waving. If I point at something, you can know that I'm meaning this. You get it? And waving. All these can be of ease and easy to learn. Also, but however, some systems require users to learn specific gestures, making them moderately more difficult to master than the voice interfaces. But if when you look at if you are to use specific gestures, then all the others must be able to know. Maybe it is also a form of learning, that if I'm using this gesture, I mean this, because some gestures, some gestures in some tribes and cultures and may mean something different. But if you are all in the same grouping and category and grouping, and you know that this gesture does than this and this, then you can be able to communicate.
Wow, that is so perfect. So I'm just thinking about how the voice interface also is the use of the use and the learning, because I'm trying to think about like it is easier because people naturally communicate through speech. A user can simplify, say the word, maybe a command, open my lecture notes, or call my friend, maybe call someone's friend without learning special commands. So looking at these two, I think voice interfaces have an advantage when it comes to ease of learning.
Yeah.
So we just command and things happen as they go on.
Yeah. True.
Now, looking again, going back, maybe reflecting on the accessibility. Accessibility is important in technology. How do your interfaces support different users? Maybe that is the voice, the gesture. How does it support the interfaces, Daki?
Yeah, well, thank you very much. Surely, when we look at the gesture interfaces, they are very valuable for users who may have speech difficulties or are unable to speak, because and you have seen that people who cannot speak, most of the time they communicate using gestures, and it becomes very, very valuable for them. So they can communicate and control systems through movements instead of the voice commands. And surely that happens to people who are unable to speak.
Yeah. Okay, so on the other side, also on the voice user interface, these are particularly beneficial for visually impaired users. They can listen to emails, browse the internet, and control device without needing to see a screen. That is great actually to hear that, and I think both technologies improve accessibility in different ways.
Yeah, true.
Okay. Yeah. Let us also reflect on the speed and efficiency. Which interface allows users to complete tasks faster? Is it voice? Is it gesture? Maybe you can go on, Dachi.
When you look at the speed and efficiency, when you, and it comes to the gesture interfaces, they are also fast, especially in some immense environments such as the VR, because users can manipulate objects directly using hand movements, which feels natural and efficient. So if I'm trying to communicate something, and I gesture and I do some gesture which which you also understand, yeah, it becomes fast. You understand and know that this is what is communicating. So it is also fast, surely, and efficient.
Wow, that is so great. So maybe Shamim has joined us. Voice interfaces about speed and efficiency.
Okay, thank you so much. Sorry for that delay, it was because of network. The voice interfaces are usually faster because speaking is often quicker than typing or performing physical gestures. For example, saying navigate to Kampala City takes only a few seconds.
Wow,
that's so great to hear that, Shamim.
Yeah, so, maybe Rashid. Yeah,
yes.
Yeah, Shamim, what you are talking about is true, but also even when we come to gesture interfaces, they're also fast, because if I'm communicating and doing some gesture, and you know what I mean, you instantly know that when I gesture like this, this is what it is meaning. So it is also fast and it is efficient. Somebody can also understand what you are communicating.
Yeah, okay, maybe to put more light on this, when talk voice, I can just say maybe go, okay? Whereby gesture somehow needs some energy, like maybe the motions you add in there, and maybe you can't compare with the voice. So basically, voice interface are very fast, okay? While gesture interfaces are also fast, particularly in specialized applications. Shamim has joined us. Shamim, can you hear us?
true.
Now, let us reflect
Yeah.
on the cost and technology requirements. Let us discuss implementation costs. Which technology is more affordable? Shamim, what will you say about the voice?
Actually, voice systems are generally requires less hardware, because with voice, as I'm speaking, you can hear me well. So I think we don't need much on the voice system, because, like, for example, we have the smartphones, which already contain microphones and speech processing software, making deployment relatively inexpensive. So with voice, you are audible, anyone can hear what you're saying without putting in expenses, without buying anything, without actually putting in money. As I am speaking, this is voice.
Wow, that's okay. What will you say about it, Dachi? About the gesture?
Yeah, Shamim, I really get you very well. But when it comes to gesture, the gesture systems require cameras, motion sensors, things like depth sensors, things like computer vision technology, and these components are very expensive. The installation and the maintenance costs. So really, it requires a lot in terms of the costs.
Wow. Yeah, that's okay. Yeah. Therefore, it means that voice interfaces typically have lower hardware requirements than gesture interfaces.
Yeah, true.
Well,
true.
Let us move on to the next point about privacy and security. Privacy is a concern for many users nowadays. And what challenges exist in your technology about the voice, about the gesture? Shamim, which technology exists in the voice? Yeah.
Actually, the voice assistant often listens continuously for activation phrases. You get it? Whereby users may worry about recordings of private conversations, like data storage and unauthorized access. With the voice, Lugambo becomes too much, where you can get any information without any authorization than the gesture one. Because when you talk about gestures and this one, gestures is all about movement, movement of the body, communicating, very many stuff. I think with the voice, many things can be achieved, like you can be audible to millions of people. Given the fact that those days we didn't have technology that you could use microphones to speak. So people by then had the vibe, they had the energy to speak to millions of people physically.
Wow, that's beautiful to hear that.
Is my take.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Go on, Dachi. What about gestures?
Yeah. Now, when we come to gestures, of course, gestures entail movements. Maybe you are moving the arms. It entails movements, and the gesture interfaces collect the movement data rather than speech, because you have to look at somebody making some movements in order to communicate. While privacy concerns still exist, they are generally less significant compared to the voice systems.
Wow,
that's what I can really give.
That is interesting to hear that, actually. And voice interfaces appear to face greater privacy concern than gesture-based system.
Yeah.
Now, moving on to environmental challenges, are there environmental conditions that affect performance? Is there an environment that either a voice or maybe gesture can be affected in one way or the other? Shamim, can I hear about the voice? Is it affected?
Yeah, that is true. Because yes, thank you. With the voice recognition, struggles so much in noisy environments such as airport, markets, or overcrowded classrooms, even in communities. When like you're communicating and there is a lot of noise in the background or within the people to whom you're speaking to, other people end up not picking what the presenter is talking about because of that too much noise, and others who have been really attentive end up picking what the presenter is presenting to them. In other words, noisy areas affects voice recognition so very much, because there's no how you can actually what can I say? You can avoid those people by telling them to like keep quiet for a while. You know, when they start talking and you're talking, everything becomes a mess.
Yeah.
But when you give when there is a conducive environment, there is no noise, there is only like the wind in the background, yeah, you're good to go. Thank you.
That's okay. What about the gestures, Dachi? How would you say?
Gestures. When we have instances where the lighting is poor, that you can't say anything. So if there is not enough lighting, it here becomes a problem, and because you will not be able to see what I'm gesturing. And also, when you look at even sometimes the cameras are blocked, so you will not be able to send information which is required, what you are gesturing, or the user lacking enough physical space to move. Maybe it's limited to certain area space, and some gestures need enough space, to communicate. So it really becomes a very big challenge in terms of communication.
Wow, that is so beautiful. So it means noise affects voice interfaces, while lighting and space affects gesture. On to the best applications. In which situation will you recommend your technology? In which situation will you recommend your technology? Maybe going back to the voice interface. Shamim.
Thank you so much, Mr. Presenter. With the voice interfaces, there are very many. They are ideal for smart assistant. We have the vehicle, banking system, customer service application, and smart homes. They are especially useful when hands-free operation is required. So basically, voice interfaces are ideal for business places, in the hospitals, prisons, health sectors everywhere needs voice, because when you speak to the crowd, they pick you easily and they understand what to take home.
Okay, what about Mr. Dachi gestures?
Oh, thank you very much, Rashid and Shamim. Actually, the best applications for gesture are in Excel, very much in gaming, in virtual reality, in augmented reality, healthcare, engineering simulations, and interactive exhibitions, where user immersion is quite important. Because now, because when you are doing the gesture, when you are doing the gesture, the gesturing, people should be able to see what exactly you are communicating. And when you look at all this is where it is really very, very important and can be very well used.
Wow, thank you so much, Dachi, for such excellent examples. And maybe moving on forward. moving on forward.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
take the pleasure. Thank you so much for initiating this wonderful presentation today. Much obliged about it.
Okay, thank you.
Mr. Rashid, Shamim, thank you for the wonderful interaction. And
Thank you
yeah,
too.
thank you. It's been good, and surely I just wish you.
Let us